We have one participant.
Clay.
I'm assuming
Clay?
it's Clay. I can't. Oh, there he is. Okay.
We're all good?
Yep.
Pledge it up.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Lisa Draves,
Here.
Jack McGraw,
Here.
Alan Migliorini is absent today.
Okay, first thing on our list of achievements tonight is approval of minutes for June 26th of 2024.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from June 26, 2024.
A second?
Okay.
Any discussion or concerns? I actually thank you for getting them to us so we could read them before the meeting. I didn't see any issues on there other than things that we'll follow up on as the meeting continues. So roll call on the June 26th?
Lisa Draves.
Yes.
Jack McGraw.
Yes. Okay, approval minutes on August 21st, 2024.
I make a motion to approve the minutes from August 21st, 2024.
And I second that.
Right.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Lisa Draves.
Yes.
Jack McGraw.
Yes. Okay, next is the correspondence engineers report.
Oh, so, the storm mapping, we're about half done with that. And then we are, requesting the CAD from the new Putnam, development in the village.
So what now?
The Putnam Builders development in the village,
You're requesting what from them?
the AutoCAD files.
Thank you.
Put that in our,
Which that was what we had issues with before, correct?
with them specifically?
Not with that subdivision before, we didn't have the correct.
Well, that, and I think one thing that's been kind of held up with that is there's no lighting. There's no, like, it's hard getting the lighting, like, there's no lighting as built for the village. And what we had issues with them before, remind me, we were held up with them because there was a proof rolling issue, but like, the as-built, like, I know we were out doing a punch list the other day, so.
And one thing was brought up, Brandon said that when they had to go out, there was a wiring issue too, and they didn't even know where the wiring is run.
Yeah,
There's nothing laid out at all.
right, yeah.
Right.
And may I ask, you said the auto what file?
AutoCAD, CAD, so that's like the ability to draw in it.
Okay, thank you.
Which we don't necessarily want to draw in, but it's
Helpful.
helpful. It's helpful because then you could just, you know, you can. Like if you had to go out and survey it, you can make points in an AutoCAD file.
Map it. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I believe that's the end of my report.
Okay, yeah, the only other thing, I don't know if this was brought up in previous, I didn't see it in any of the minutes, but that gas line, it wasn't a gas line, it's a water line, has been repaired and taken care of, so that was, when they did the scanning of the sewer line, that pipe that was, we thought it was gas, it was actually, I talked to Brandon, it has been repaired, that work has been completed, and also.
They did that as part of the break, right, over, or
Yes.
about the same time.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Same time and then Tiny Street, they went over and took care of it.
Yeah.
So that the line is white, but yes.
Oh, yeah, because it was over orange. Sorry, you were gonna say something, Jack?
And then I don't know if we talk about this now or later, but the, you had talked about the tree line being cleaned up. And you were gonna get bids on breaking it up a little bit. Is that still? in the
It's
works?
still in the works.
Okay.
Hopefully I can have something
Okay,
emailed over to you. You know, I think it was with the end of the season, like, you know, I know you can clear trees in the winter, but I think everyone was busy and I didn't really get a good response. So
Okay.
I'll see if I can get a better response for the next meeting.
yeah, I think the storm mapping is a really
Right.
important, that'll really help all of us as far as things in the future. Okay, moving on to old business, future infrastructure projects. I believe one of them is the salt shed, and we put out bids for that. I believe the town council, I haven't been able to read the town council meetings, but I believe you guys
We
talked about it.
Yeah, but nothing, we pushed it to next month because we did not.
Yeah, my only concern with that is from talking with the engineer, he stated that there's some things that the funds, if we don't put them forward to something before the end of the year, we lose those funds. And there's a process, Clay had actually sent an email out, I read it, there's a process that takes 30 days for this and 30 days for this. We're getting near the end of that. I mean, we're in October and I don't want to lose these funds, so I think we need to have
It's ARPA?
ARPA funds, I think,
Yeah.
yeah, they need to
And you
be,
have to be, they have, I don't remember, so you're saying Shem.
right, thank you.
Yeah.
I just landed back in USA yesterday, so.
Didn't he say that they have to be
Allocated,
allocated? They
Yes.
don't necessarily, I don't
No.
know that you have to have a contract. signed,
right,
but you have to allocate the funds by the end of the year, but you should double check on that. Don't quote me on that.
I don't know what the date is that they have to be allocated by.
and that's what Clay was concerned about, because it's a process. Go ahead, Clay.
Yeah, that's by the end of the year. But I think, and Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that the discussion at council was wanting to figure out where the money would come from.
Yeah,
For the
because
town.
we didn't have all of it. We had a portion of it, but not all of it.
Yeah, and so I think that's why it was tabled until November to figure out where we could get the remaining funds from to pay for the project. And so we have a bid, and there's only been one bid, but it's been recommended by Global to accept it. So all we have to do is to accept it. I don't know if we needed to extend that time. And Jeanette, I'm not sure if you remember if there was a deadline to accept that by.
I think Lisa's looking that up right now.
I'm looking up the stuff that we had from the last meeting to see if.
Clay, can we allocate the funds though to that so that we don't lose the funds before the end of the year? Because our funds, if they're not allocated to something before the end of the year, we lose those funds entirely.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, you could, but we need to have the funds available. Otherwise, we're going to get crossways with State Board of Accounts.
we were,
We
I
don't
wanna
have to actually
say,
spend them.
north of $136,000 short. So like, we weren't close. We needed a decent chunk of change still. So Nicole had to figure out if it was possible to pull those funds from somewhere else. That's why we tabled it until November.
Yeah, and we don't have to actually spend the money. We just have to allocate it or encumber it for within calendar year 2024.
But it has to be the whole lump sum, correct? Not just what we can put towards it.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Like, we have to put, say that we're putting $236,000 towards it, but we don't have that amount of money in a fund, so we have to put that money in a fund before we can allocate it for that.
Correct.
Okay, so we don't have enough money that we know where it is right now, so that's why we tabled it to next meeting.
So if we don't come up with the additional $136,000, we're gonna lose the ARP fund by the end of the year. Is that what I'm understanding? Unless we allocate it to something. I mean, that's what I was asking, Clay. We can't allocate that portion of it towards that stormwater or towards the salt shed specifically. We have to have all the funds to be able to allocate that. Is that making sense?
I think so. So you're asking, can we allocate part of it?
Correct.
But I think to Lisa's point, we need to have the funds from somewhere. We need to have all of the funds.
And I don't think we were sure that we had all the funds. There was gonna have to be movement of things around from Nicole's aspect of it to make sure that we could even get the funds to that. Clay, I have one more question, sorry.
Sure.
They were asking for the loader. I know that Brandon had mentioned the loader because the loader that we currently have is on the outs. Can any of that ARPA fund be allocated towards a loader, or does it all have to go to Here's my, okay, this is what I'm asking. So isn't it more important to have a loader to be able to move the salt than to be able to house the salt? Because if we don't have a loader that works, we have a building with salt in it, but we can't do anything with it.
Is that the equipment that we were trying to get more information on the warranties?
Yes.
I would have to check, but I'm not certain that equipment would qualify. I think it was for, kind of bricks and mortar improvements.
Okay.
But we'd have to check on that.
Cause to me, the salt shed is putting the cart before the horse because we don't even have something to move the salt if our loader is broken. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But
Okay,
again, I think some of these questions, hopefully Nicole could help answer when it comes to the dollars and cents of it. And then for discussion at the November, 13th council meeting.
Okay,
and that still gives us enough time to allocate funds before the end of the year for ARP.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to do it. You could even do it in December. We don't have to go out for bid or anything. Like, we have all the bids for the salt barn. For if the loader qualifies, we have that. We just need some more details on the warranty on that loader. We just need to know that we have funds available and can have it, moved around.
Okay. Any other future projects that we were talking about? I think that was
I
it.
don't think so.
And then the Haglund Road sewers, I believe we talked about everything that needs to be talked about then.
Regarding the trees.
Yep. Okay.
Taco Bell submitted their SWEP.
Go ahead, speak up.
Taco Bell submitted their SWEP program.
Swift,
Yeah, so, so that should be,
wait, but we reviewed that a while ago.
did we?
And then, it's my understanding that their engineer Adam knew that we approved it, probably submitted the NOI to the state. So I'm making an assumption that he did that, and then, so from our end, we gave their program the okay, so whenever they're ready. But I didn't know, at least from the review end, I think we left it like, I didn't know if there was fees to pay.
I know they came in and did that.
Okay, all right,
So
yeah,
That
if-
part's been done.
This is for sanitation.
No, this is for stormwater.
Okay,
It is an
And that's cool.
MSF for like form, they came in and they have paid the flat fee for the plan. They also had the option to pay, for us to inspect further, or they would forward that to Adam and Brandon. They opted for that. And it has been a while. It's been a long process with them, but they are all paid up for what we have. Joe is good with what they have brought. That form that I'm talking about was put in place last year. So we're all kind of trying to make sure we know what we're doing with it. It's kind of a little bit of work in progress, but they have given us that so far. That's what I know.
so we should keep Taco Bell under the under old business just to follow up.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, anything else with old business? Adam, anything else? Okay. New business, financial report. I don't believe we have any financial.
It is on the back, stapled to your agenda, but there has been no change. So I just left what was from April that had been on last month. So.
Excuse me.
I don't staple them, but it was only 2 pages, so it made more sense than them finding.
I like a good staple, you're fine.
No, thank you. So beginning balance is 100,541.70. Amount appropriated is 12,500. Total expenditures 5,582. Projected income is 12,500. So that's where we're at this point. And that was it. We paid the bill for this drain, storm sewer drain and retention wall blocks. Those have been completed, the retention wall blocks. It must be if it's been paid. Oh, that was Brandon bought purchase stuff. I'm sorry. I just read the whole thing there. Okay, motion to approve the. I don't know, do we need a motion to approve the financial report?
I don't think so. I think it's just.
I think it's just a report. Thank you. Okay, approval of claims with 2 or more signatures.
No.
None. Awesome. I think that does it. Anything else? Any other discussions that need to be brought up before this board?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I will second that motion.
Lisa Drews,
Yes.
Eckenrose.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Clay.
Thank you, Clay. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you, Clay.
See ya. Bye.